What is up everyone, welcome back to another Minion Masters video. Hope you're having an amazing day, and today we're gonna be talking about the current meta in Minion Masters. So I've already made a video on simply deck building and how you can actually just look for a generally strong deck, but in pretty much every online game there are some cards that are usually overpowered or simply too strong, and that's why they often become like a generally very good strategy for simply winning in the game. And the other strategy is simply building a deck that counters them. So right now that strategy seems to be building a deck around Ritual of Servitude. And if we take a look at the current leaderboard, like current top 50 players, pretty much half of them, I've actually counted them, and like 10 minutes ago it was like 25 out of 50 players use Ritual of Servitude in their decks, which means that definitely it is one of the best strategies for simply climbing on the ladder right now. So let's just quickly take a look at some of these decks and see why they function, what players actually use to make the deck work even better, and what you can use to counter that and how you can win as much as possible in this meta. So the decks are all concentrated around Ritual of Servitude, which is gonna pretty much summon a minion that costs like maximum 6 mana, but is pretty much governed by the other cards that you put in your deck besides this one. So if you have all cards that cost 6 or more, you're gonna get like 6 mana minions whenever you play Ritual of Servitude, and you spend 2 mana, so there's like 4 mana in between, which is amazing generally. Now this top deck, it pretty much uses range minions and like groups of minions plus some spells, and also this big dragon, and that seems to be like the best winning combination so far. If we take a look at this deck, this player opted for 5 mana ceiling, but uses the swarmers and also ragers, so he can enrage all his minions fairly quickly, and that way just simply win the game of one push very easily. This is another pretty much classic 6 ceiling deck right here. Dragon Ball is definitely both good to have in your deck and to have against the enemies, because you can like hit this with a ball and kill them all without summoning the werewolf, which is amazing. And any flying minions can be a problem, because a lot of players use pretty much ground minions and they can target flying minions, so that's amazing for you. This player actually opted for a cheaper Ritual of Servitude deck. I haven't played against this guy, I think. Not with this deck at least, but that seems to be working pretty decently. Also, Lightning Bolt is pretty good because players either use a bunch of minions or big minions, so you can bolt the big minions and use AoE to kill like other groups of minions. So that are definitely the two strategies that definitely work very well in this meta. This is another classic 6 ceiling deck right here. Another almost classic 6 ceiling deck, except the fact that he's using a building that's probably to grab the bridges better. And pretty much all of the players use APEP, and the reason why they use that is simply because you get the minions from your passives, which lets you grab the bridges faster. You can protect your master from being damaged with the perk 2, and also APEP is amazingly good at killing the enemy minions at his tower, both great damage and huge range. You'll also see some Morelias. Okay, this is another classic plus the building. This is a pretty good minion against the meta actually, because he can kill off these without any problem, they can't touch it, and he can also kill flying minions. Try to add it to your deck if you don't have it already. This is a pretty interesting deck. I haven't seen it in action. Maybe I will, I don't know, but maybe, I mean, it looks interesting. Maybe I should try it myself. Okay, let's take a look at the others. So these two, they're also very interesting deck. They seem to be concentrating on like flying groups of minions, and I can definitely see this working pretty well, but haven't seen it in action. Okay, this is another classic, yeah, very classic 6 ceiling deck. This is my own deck right here. Seems to be working very well for me. This is a fairly different. I mean, it's, I don't know. This is like, I played against this guy. I think I haven't lost once because it's simply like too, I don't know, too random, and I don't like it personally. Lightning Bolt definitely gave me a hard time. This is another pretty much classic deck, but oriented more on the range minions. This one is completely different right here. I actually like it. Haven't seen it in action. These decks, they're another special ritual servitude decks. They're concentrated around this card, and you need to have 4 spells in order to make it work. So keep that in mind. But these decks are very strong a lot of the times. Okay, this deck is another pretty much classic with a bit more range and also a building. This is pure classic, classic plus building. Let's take a look at these. Okay, this is a pretty much completely different deck. I haven't seen this in action, but it seems to be an aggro deck that's pretty much concentrated on killing the enemy first and killing off his minions. Probably uses Gex to make sure he wins. This is another pretty much classic, another classic. This is one more like Swarmer aggro deck. He uses this for the AoE and this for untargetability pretty much. This is another one concentrated around Lord Sentinel. And this is another classic. So these are pretty much the decks that people use right now, and simply try building one of these decks yourself if you want to climb the ladder quickly and effectively. And if you can't, then simply using like AoE in your decks is gonna be pretty good. Now I don't think you're gonna have that much problem with these decks until you reach like Master 4 or 3 or something like that, but definitely is something that you should be aiming for if you want to climb this ladder fairly quickly and fairly effectively. So this is gonna be all for this video. I hope this was useful to you and then that it's gonna help you like climb this ladder. There's almost 30 days still remaining. I think it's 26 or so. So there's definitely a lot of time for you to climb and get the rewards. And I wish you luck in that. And like always, make sure to smash that like button if you like this video or find it informative, and subscribe if you haven't yet, because I'm gonna be posting these videos as often as possible. And enjoy the rest of your day, because I'll see you pretty soon. Bye bye!